Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. This is the Broadcasters Roundtable. I'm joined as always by team publicist Matt Tonis, and from the Mystic Schooners, I'm joined by Mike Majeski. First, Matt, we're going to start with you. Last night, win or go home. What an amazing playoff game. Sure, we work for the Gulls, and it was great to see the Gulls walk off, but that was one of the best playoff games we've seen in the NECBL in our 3 years here.
Yeah, that rivaled last year's Game 2 of the Southern Division finals against the Plymouth Pilgrims as the best playoff game that I've ever seen in the NECBL. It was a just well-played game, back and forth, both teams hitting very well, and ultimately Drew Lugbauer's 3-run home run was the difference in that game for the Newport Gulls.
You spoke with Michael Bono before today's game here, and he pitched incredibly well coming in the sixth inning after Colton Hawk got into a jam, ended up leaving after giving up a 2-run home run that sent the game into another tie in the sixth inning. Bono really had ice in his veins for most of that ball game.
Yeah, Bono, 4 innings. He started 3 innings and got 3 outs in that 6th inning after Colton Hawk let up that 2-run home run to Buck McCarthy. He only allowed 2 hits and 1 walk, and he got a key double play to really send turn the tide towards the Newport Gulls. The game was kind of in flux because no matter which team got a lead, the other team would very quickly either tie that game up or take the lead back. And that double play that Bono started, the 1-6-3 double play that he was a part of, really turned the game in favor of the Newport Gulls, and they were able to carry that momentum through the end of the game.
Mike, before we get all formal here with this series, first let me say welcome to Cardines Field. This is your first time here to the Century Old Ballpark. What do you think of the old girl?
Oh, it's really nice. I got here and everything is just beautiful around here. The field is awesome, placed right in the middle of the town, and it's just really nice to be here.
Now, the Mystic Schooners made very quick work of the New Bedford Bay Sox in 2 games, got the day off yesterday. How big was it for the Schooners to go in and really dominate the New Bedford Bay Sox in the first 2 games of the semifinals for their round?
Well, game 1 was complete domination. They scored 10 runs in the 4th inning alone. Everyone for the Schooners got a hit in that game except for Aaron Hill, so that's great for the Bats. And then game 2 was more of a back-and-forth game, 7-6 victory at New Bedford. The Schooners took a 2-run lead going late into the game, and then New Bedford got a run back in the bottom of the 8th, I believe. But the Schooners' bullpen, which was spectacular all series long, closed it out for the Schooners and was able to bring them into the second round.
Matt, he just mentioned the Mystic Schooners bullpen. This is a Schooners bullpen that has really had a handle on the Newport Gulls offense. These 2 squads battled to an even 3-3 split in the regular season, played each other very hard. Actually, it was probably the best series among the entire Southern Division that these 2 teams had against any other opponent. What is it like coming up against a bullpen for this offense here tonight?
Well, it's going to be, you're going to have to get to the starters as much as possible because this Schooners bullpen is top-notch in this league. So if you can get a couple runs early on against the starting pitcher tonight, Mike Adams, for the Mystic Schooners, then you're going to have a better chance of getting to that bullpen the longer they have to pitch and the more wear and tear you're going to put on those arms. So you got to stay aggressive and be able to fight through any adversity because this bullpen is, if once they get on you, they're not going to get off.
The starter for the Newport Gulls, Matt Rupenthal, last time we saw him was in Part B of that doubleheader, Game 2 against Ocean State on the 1st of August, where he pitched 7 scoreless innings, giving up only a couple of hits, pitching out of a couple of jams. Rupenthal is expected to go a long way here tonight for the Gulls.
Yeah, in 2 starts last week, Matt Rupenthal was amazing. He won the NECBL Pitcher of the Week award for his efforts. 2 very good starts, overpowering stuff that he has shown, and now that he's in a groove, I expect a lot more of the same here tonight against the Schooners.
Now, Mike, for the Mystic Schooners going is actually an old friend from Plymouth, is Mike Adams, and what are we expecting out of Mike Adams here tonight in Newport?
Well, Mike Adams has been very solid during the regular season, finished with a 3-0 record at ERA of 1.05. Adams is a guy who's not going to get a lot of strikeouts. He's a hard thrower, throws down in the zone, and he's going to pitch for contact. We're expecting the Gulls to hit a lot of ground balls in this game. That's what Adams likes to do. The fielders behind him need to step up and do their jobs, but that's what Adams does. Not a lot of strikeouts, ground balls, and the fielders behind him step up, do what they have to do. then it should be a good game for Adams.
Yeah, the last game I remember, actually the best game I've ever seen Mike Adams pitch was in Keene 2 years ago, where he brought a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Keene Swamp Bats for a very bad Plymouth Pilgrims team back in 2013. The offense for the Mystic Schooners on and off against the Newport Gulls. Remember in the first game of this season series, the Gulls won handedly 9-0 here at Cardines Field. The offense seems to kind of really be the downturn in this entire organization as far as pitching, defense, and offense. The Bats kind of go to sleep midway through games. Is that what they're expecting to turn around here at Newport tonight?
Well, I think during the last 2 weeks, they definitely have turned that around. The Bats, as you said, were inconsistent during the beginning and midway through the season, and then all of a sudden they exploded for 21 runs against Danbury just a couple weeks ago. Since then, they went on to win 6 of their last 7 to close out the regular season. They outscored opponents like 55-24, something like that. So the Bats have definitely come through. Ben Ruda has been extraordinary throughout the last couple of weeks. Dan Hoy's been hitting the ball well. Nick Michelli is actually batting .500 in the first round of the playoffs. So the Bats have come through. It's all for what the Schooners need to improve is starting pitching. In the first round, Willie Rios went 3 2/3 innings. Sam Nepiarski went 1 1/3 innings, and then the bullpen shut him down. So all we need tonight is for the Bats to continue what they're doing and Adams to go 5-6 innings, and that'll do it.
Matt, the Newport Gulls have no day off like the Mystic Schooners had last night. Had to play win or go home last night. Only used one pitcher out of the bullpen. Offense came around big for this team. What are we expecting out of the Newport Gulls tonight? What are the keys to them getting victory here in Game 1?
Well, some would consider having that off day an advantage. I think Newport having to play those 2 games with their backs against the wall really helped them. We saw them win Game 1 after doing the same exact thing last year, and I think just having played yesterday, getting those swings in, getting in a big situation like last night will really help them. The Bats just need to continue what they were doing. Work counts, foul balls off, get the pitches that you want and drive them, and they did that to perfection last night, and I would expect a lot more of the same today. On the mound, Matt Rupenthal, just go as long as you can. The bullpen has had some rest. They did not use a lot of the pen in their 2 wins, both at Old Mountain Field and last night here at Cardines Field. So hopefully for Newport, you have enough rest in that bullpen to really help you going forward in this round and maybe the future.
And Mike, keys to the game, other than starting pitching, going more than about 3 2/3 innings, which was the max in Game 1 of the semifinals. What are the keys for the Schooners here tonight to walk away from Cardines Field with a victory?
Well, the Schooners are going to have to continue to hit. There was a bit of a lineup change right about the time the winning streak started to close out the regular season, where Ben Ruda moved up to 2nd in the batting order, and then Rich Slanker after him, Dan Hoy, and then Lou Iannotti, who won the Player of the Week for the last week of the season. So the Schooners like to get that meat of their order up as fast as they can, and if those guys come through, it can make for big innings, which the Schooners have done in the last couple of games in the first round.
This is going to be a good one. Game 1 here at Cardines Field. The Mystic Schooners and the Newport Gulls. The Southern Division Championship Series begins tonight. More to come on the Newport Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.